Alright, well, I have the recording running, so we can do an intro whenever. I don't really want to start with San Francisco, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have something we can start with.
Okay, good. In that case, I'm about to do an intro.
Alright, that's good.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to the Quasi-Gaming podcast. I'm Daniel.
I'm Dylan. I'm RJ.
And it is currently the 29th of May, 2015. This podcast we're doing a little bit differently. We have a different style. We're just going to kind of freeform it and see where it goes.
It's going to be sexy.
Yeah, probably. There's going to be a decent...
It'll be erotic at some point.
Yeah.
That reminds me, we need to get Adrian on the podcast.
Adrian?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adrian, I just want to record Adrian doing stuff that he's bad at. Because, like, the worse something goes for Adrian, the more shit he talks, and the more confident he acts, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's like, oh man, he's one of my favorite people to do something.
Alright, new video idea. Sit Adrian down in front of the computer and make him play League.
Yeah.
Just give him Dark Souls.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned the podcast to him before, and asked him if he was interested. I don't remember what he said. I think that happened. Maybe I just had a fever dream. I don't know. But yeah, I'll talk to him, or one of you guys can.
Yeah, probably one of you two. I haven't spoken to Adrian since, I don't know, like the last time he was over here placed, I think.
Right, okay.
Yeah, when him and Riley showed up.
Yeah.
I think that was the last time I spoke to him.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll talk to him sometime.
Alright, sounds good. So, let's go ahead and tackle this, because I know it's kind of a big issue right now. So, modders on Steam can now receive money for their mods.
Yeah. So, we've talked a little bit about it before.
Yeah, just never on the podcast.
Yeah, so I'm a little interested in your opinion, Dylan. Do you know much about it?
RJ and I were talking about it a little bit earlier, and so let me get this straight. A modder makes a mod, it goes up on Steam. If they choose to charge for the mod, they get 25% and Steam gets 75%?
That is correct.
Not quite. So, the thing is that they get a very small portion, yes, but what is being withheld from them does not all go directly to Steam. Some of that revenue is going towards the developers of the games that are being modded.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but either way, the modders are the ones getting the least amount of money in that transaction. Of all three parties.
And it's also, Valve did not set the 25%, 75% thing. Okay. It was actually the owner of the game sets how much the modder can get and how much they're willing to split with Steam.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have an article here pulled up on arstechnica.com.
Right.
And Gabe Newell, who was the CEO of Valve, talked a good bit about it. And, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it says, regarding the 25% cut paid to mod makers for Skyrim, at least, I don't know if this is for every mod, but for Skyrim, he says that the payouts are set by the owner of the game that is being modded.
Okay.
Yeah, and Newell and Valve have not publicly confirmed how the 75% share of the mod selling price is split between Valve and Bethesda. And it also says that paid mods haven't been a huge windfall for Valve thus far, though, generating only $10,000 total.
Yeah, but this is also a fairly new...
right, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, apparently Newell's big thing is he's saying that it's going to, let me see how he said it exactly. I don't want to...
You know, I was thinking earlier when I was talking to RJ that Steam was going to do this, and then I I was guessing that another company would start doing it and offer the streamers more, or not the streamers, the modders more money for their mods. But then I was just thinking just now that I can't think of another company that really has the capability of doing something like that.
Yeah.
Like Steam has all the games, like that's their thing.
Right. And either
no
way,
other company can do that.
Either way, they have to get up with the original owner of the game and still set a price.
Yeah.
Like they still wouldn't be able to do it themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, Newell believes that the option for paid mods is supposed to increase the investment in quality mods.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I agree with that totally.
Yeah, that is an interesting. I mean, I think that that may be something that does happen. You know, is that people who before would not make mods would start making mods, so there would be more mods, and by there being more mods, that means eventually the number of those mods being high quality sure is only a subset of the new mods, and yet it is more high quality mods. So yeah, that's possible, but it's also like there's so many high quality mods out there already, right? Like there's been games that would release with issues, and then within a day, modders would fix those issues. You know, like, and those are high quality mods. Like,
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know. I've never felt like the quality of mods was something that was really lacking. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't Counter-Strike a mod?
Counter-Strike, I don't know. I thought it was its own game. I mean,
Now it is, but I think it might have started as a mod. You know, like DayZ's now its own game, but it started as a mod.
right. I don't know.
Yeah, Counter-Strike was a mod to Half-Life.
Half-Life, that's what I thought. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's crazy, all these games that come from mods. RJ and I were talking about that earlier, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite, like, Dota is a Warcraft mod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, then League was like, hey, let's clone Dota.
Right.
You know, and it's just like, there's so many games out there have come from mods, and it's a huge market. Like, a lot of people play mods, man. Like, it's huge, but like I said, I enjoy that modders can be paid for their work. I have no problem with that. You know?
Right.
And it does suck that they're only going to get to 25% of the revenue from something that they worked really hard on.
Yeah.
But you are working off of someone else's property.
Yeah.
You know, so of course they're going to take their cut off of it. And Steam, who's offering the service in the first place, is also going to get their cut of it. So
Right, because they're giving these modders a platform to actually market their work.
right, yeah, and it's the first service of its kind. So it's literally the best option they have.
Yeah.
If you want to get paid for your service.
The thing is, like, a lot of modders already make money off of their mods just through donations and that sort of thing, you know? Because,
Right, yeah.
And in that way, it's more of like a merit-based thing, right? You make mods, you have a PayPal account or whatever other Patreon thing, and you release quality mods with the hopes that it will entice people to donate to you so that you will make more mods, you know? That was
Right.
kind of the way the system worked before, and it's been working pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good system, like, you know, because it's like, if I get a mod from someone and I don't enjoy the mod, I haven't lost it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, someone puts out a mod, like, oh man, I'd really like to try this. I buy the mod, and it's like, well, that was a waste of, $10 or however much they pay for them. You know, I haven't seen actual prices for mods yet.
Yeah.
People will rate them and stuff, though.
Well, yeah, but if you look
I mean,
at...
one gamer's opinion is not.
But 500 gamers' opinions.
I don't know, because there's been games that a lot of people have trashed that I absolutely love.
Yeah, they're corner cases.
You know, and there's a lot of games that I thought were terrible that a mass majority of gamers love.
But if you already like the game, like if you have all these people that already like this game, and they also all like this mod, that's a lot different than some people liking this game and some people not liking this game, I think.
I mean, yeah, it depends on the mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, mods don't, like, drastically change the mechanics of
Yeah, usually it's just like added something into like.
Yeah.
So if somebody makes a mod now, let's say that they make this really good mod, like they make a Counter Strike, something like that, or Dota was a mod of Warcraft, and it turns into its own game. Do they get royalties for that?
Well, it depends on how it's done, I think. But as far as like, say, it really depends on if like there's a development team outside of this whole thing who. So for instance, right? Somebody for Dota 2, is Dota 2 a Blizzard thing? Like, is it owned by Blizzard?
No, not Dota. That's Heroes of the Storm.
Right. So Dota 2 came from an original Blizzard game, Warcraft 3. As long as they're not using any like likenesses of characters or that sort of thing that's directly copied from Blizzard, then I don't think that they would ever need to pay any sort of royalties. So as long as they're not like using specific names and that sort of thing, they could have copied the art style like directly.
I think they do use people from Warcraft 3 though.
In that case, then yeah, they probably have to pay something.
Yeah, that's
the original mod did. That's what I'm saying. Like the original mod would have had to because it was.
Yeah, well, the original mod was never its own game. It was always a mod, I think.
Yeah.
Dota 1.
The actual Dota game, Defense of the Ancients. Because I don't think the mod was originally called Dota, was it?
No, probably not.
Well, the mod was named Defense of the Ancients.
Okay. I was never sure. I never got into it that early. But yeah, I mean, like I know Dota 2, they have like actual characters from Warcraft 3 that you can play as.
So I just didn't know now with the new thing where they're having where some of the money goes to the original developer. If it turns into its own game, it would have to continue.
Yeah, if you continue to use
assets.
If you continue to use things that were developed by the original company, then it's definitely.
Yeah, but as far as like otherwise, in the other case, I'm not sure. I don't know law very well as far as copyright and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
I could only assume.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that, I guess it also depends on, like, how close to the bone you cut it, like, yeah, this is clearly, like, a likeness of someone else's creation.
Yeah.
But it has, like, say it's just, like, completely different colors and, like, it goes by a different name and stuff, but it's pretty much, like, the same model.
Right.
Like, I don't know how much, like, obligation there is to have to pay royalties on that.
Yeah, because it's.
I think you can get away with a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard to quantify that sort of thing. Like, how much are you copying these people, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean that's something that it's a case by case sort of thing, and that's why it's so hard to make any sort of definitive laws when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I was just like, like one game has these creatures called elves. So does this other game, but like neither of them owe each other money. The elf is such like an arbitrary term.
Yeah.
And stuff, and I'm pretty sure as long as you keep it like that, like there's never an issue with royalties or anything like that.
Yeah, as far as like something like elves, yeah, that's too vague, too arbitrary.
Right,
and
exactly.
It's,
but like when you have a Dota mod, or you have Dota 2, and there is an actual like champion from Warcraft 3 in there, like same name, everything. It's you got to pay up for that.
Yeah,
especially with Blizzard.
Right.
It's funny. I read an article in Game Informer recently that was like video games that had been like sued over likenesses.
Okay.
And one of them was The Last of Us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the girl in it, I don't know The Last of Us very well, but the young girl.
Yeah.
She. I don't think they were sued, but everyone knew that they used Ellen Page's likeness for the character.
Right.
And Ellen Page was like, I mean, I don't really care. Like, I'm kind of flattered. Like, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But a lot of people. But there was one. I think Justin Bieber was upset because someone had made an indie game called Jousting Beaver, and it looked kind of like Justin Bieber. It was pretty funny, but I don't know if the game got in trouble or anything, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah, they really did use Ellen Pages like this. I never noticed that before. Holy cow!
Yeah, I mean it's
almost it's very very
yeah,
close.
like it's almost a little better than the game that she's actually in and
Yeah.
takes a part of.
Yeah, Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, Beyond Two Souls. Yeah, it's almost a little better than that.
Yeah, I remember whenever Beyond Two Souls was coming out, or The Last of Us was coming out, whichever one came second. When I found out about it, I was like, dude, we have like an Ellen Page overload right now. So much Ellen Page coming out of this year. Because I, at first, honestly thought that they had Ellen Page playing Ellie.
Yeah, I mean, she looks. It's her, just kind of younger.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, like I said, I don't think Ellen Page ever was like pissed or anything. I think she was just like, that's cool.
Pissed. I mean, how could you be pissed?
I wouldn't be pissed, but I'd be like, yo, you kind of owe me money, right? This video game's gonna sell. I'm trying to make a buck.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ellen Page already has plenty of money.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like me personally.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm not super famous and rich. Like,
and that's why nobody would ever put you in a video game.
hey man, don't be me. Dick.
No, but I kind of feel like, if there's an opportunity to make money, no matter how much money you have, generally you take it, right?
Yeah, you should take it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a bad business.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly did think that was Ellen Page, but as soon as I heard the voice of Ellie, I realized, like, yeah, that's definitely somebody different.
Yeah, I've never heard the girl's voice.
Yeah, she sounds completely different from Ellen Page. I guess there's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if likeness is like you have to have the same voice as well, you know?
Well, I mean, that's part of it, kind of, but...
Right, but I think, like, having the different voice wouldn't, like, completely clear them of any, like...
Well, no, I didn't necessarily think that either. I mean, I'm just saying that there is some discrepancy.
Yeah, little tiny bit.
So anyway, what else do we got?
Have you guys heard of Project Titan?
No.
I have not.
It is, Apple is making a car,
Okay.
and its code name is Project Titan. It's still kind of just rumored, but, like, Apple, like, members have been dropping, like, so many hints over the past however long. But, yeah, Apple is making a car, and it's called Project Titan. They believe the development is underway on somewhere in Ireland, actually.
Huh. Is this the car that you told me about? I might have heard of this.
No, we talked about something different. That's something else I want to talk about as well.
Okay.
I'll come back to that.
Okay.
So
what is Project Titan then exactly? Like,
it's the code name that's been given to Apple wanting to make a car.
Right. So do we know anything about the car?
No, because like they haven't done any. I mean, like I don't. As far as I know, they haven't even started making the car yet.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't think it even has like.
I'll tell you what we know about the car. It's going to be insanely overpriced. It's going to have a huge apple on it, and it's going to run out of gas and/or battery in about 50 miles.
Yeah. Also, the operating system is going to be terrible.
Yeah, that's what we know about the car, Daniel.
Well,
that's our conjecture.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, if it works anything like the iPhone.
I have no experience with this.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, and if you get a wreck, it's done.
Yeah, some of the reasons that people have been talking about Apple building a car, because like I said, it's still just kind of a rumor at this point.
Right.
But a lot of people are very positive that it's happening. Earlier this month, Apple settled a lawsuit brought against it by A123 Systems, which is a large-scale battery company that alleges Apple poached its employees to develop its own battery technology.
Huh.
Yes, and let's see. The employees include a guy whose name I cannot pronounce, and I apologize if this man ever listens to this podcast. But his name is clearly foreign to me.
Right.
But he's the former CTO of A123, and he had specific responsibility for producing batteries for Formula One racing cars.
Okay.
Let's see, and he was hired on by Apple, and then started to poach his former A123 workers to join the Apple company.
Right.
And that's what the lawsuit alleged.
Okay.
Let's see, and also Apple and Tesla, which is the car that you talked about.
Right, that's right.
They are currently locked in a battle for talent, says this report, which you can find on Business Insider.
Okay.
So yeah, Apple's also they're trying to poach Tesla and giving people $250,000 signing bonus and huge salary increases to engineers who have worked at the electric car company.
I wonder if this is going to be one of those cars like the Google car that drives itself.
The Tesla can drive itself.
Yeah, the new one. Cool.
Yeah, they're working on one that's they already have one that has put over quite a few hundreds of thousands of miles driven completely by itself. So like over 4 years. It's been in 2 accidents.
And they were both not
Both times, yeah, it was a human being driving it. Although one time it was like it got rear-ended.
Yeah, that's what happens to the Google car when it gets in an accident.
But
It's been going on for a long time, though.
But yeah, so the Apple car is kind of it's crazy to me that Apple's like, hey, let's branch out into automobiles.
I don't know. I mean, that it doesn't seem crazy to me.
I mean, like all they've done is like phones and iPads and stuff.
Yeah, but you got your phone, you got your tablet, you got your watch, you got your TV.
Oh yeah,
What's next?
they have the watch now.
Like they're running out of things
Which is
to do.
the most. I want to like have a very, very chastising conversation with whoever decided to release the first advertisement for the Apple Watch.
What?
Because the entire commercial was filled with Star Trek and Power Rangers and shit like that, where they were talking into the watch. Can't even do it. You can't do it with the Apple Watch. You cannot communicate through it other than like text messages.
I want a smartwatch.
I want a watch that I can press a button and I can talk to somebody.
Like they Tracy.
And they have another watch on somewhere else and they can hear it, just like Power Rangers and Star Trek. Like that was the original advertisement. And then because I was like, okay, I have to buy this fucking watch. You know, like this is happening. And then I was like, then I learned that that's not even a function that the watch has. Awesome, Apple, way to go.
I mean, maybe it was a function that was planned and then left out.
Why advertise for it, you know?
I mean, advertisement could start, you know, before the thing is fully produced. That happens with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and it's depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, for them it's bad, because like the whole reason I was going to purchase their product doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So you're out of my money, Apple.
Right.
I've never bought anything from you in my life, and now I probably never will. Unless the next Apple Watch allows me to do what I just talked about.
Yeah.
In which case you will get my money.
Right.
The first company to do it, man, I'm telling you. Like, they are getting my paycheck. Like, I'll just sign it over to them because I want that fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I better be able to get it and make it look like a Power Ranger wrist thing.
Golly, smartwatches are expensive.
Yeah, like the most expensive one's like 17 grand. And it does all the same things as the cheaper ones. It's just like gold band on it with like diamonds.
Are you talking about the Apple Watch? I'm just talking about smartwatches in general.
Oh.
Like I'm looking at Android ones because I'm not an Apple guy.
Yeah. I understand why people are so Apple crazed.
I don't.
Well, I mean, you gotta think like Steve Jobs really built that company around being the newest and coolest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it usually didn't do anything that any other product couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
But it was marketed as the newest and coolest thing, and people are gonna buy something just because they believe it to be the newest and coolest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So of course Apple is going to be extremely successful. People are going to buy it. But it's like I saw this video, and it was this guy interviewing random people in the street, And the common answers were, it was like, the question would be like, do you use Android or do you use Apple? And if you said Android, they're like, oh, what phone do you use? And they would tell them, and he'd be like, okay, why? And they'd be like, oh, well, I love the interface, and the operating system's really good, and I like to play the Google Play Store and all this kind of stuff. Well, when he would ask people Android or Apple, and they would be like, I use Apple products. They're like, oh, what phone do you have? They'd be like, oh, I have the current iPhone. And he's like, why did you decide on the iPhone? And they'd be like, well, it's the newest iPhone.
Yeah.
And I was like, that really says a lot about your consumer.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of a shame. Like I don't believe that Apple doesn't have the newest stuff, the newest technology, and like everything's up to, you know, quality standard of every other cell phone provider.
Right.
But it's interesting to me that their consumers don't know any of that technology, but Android users seem to know more about the technology.
How many people?
I think it's interesting.
How many people were surveyed?
The video is only a few minutes long, but he posts a link to the survey, and it was like over 2,000.
Okay.
So a decent amount.
Yeah. It sounds to me like it's a video that's designed to slander Apple a little bit. Somebody who is, you know, faithful to another company decides that, you know, they can prove a point by making a short video.
Yeah, but I mean, like even the actual, like, the entire survey thing, it was still like less than 1% of people who answered Apple knew anything about the technology they were behind.
Yeah, but how do you quantify what they know about the technology? Like, that's my problem with the survey.
He asked them about like the operating systems and things like that, and they didn't know. First, they didn't know what operating system they were using, okay. And it was just questions like that, like things about the phone itself, like what the phone could do and everything, and they really just didn't know anything about it. While the Android users, a huge percent, like over almost 50% of them did know.
Right.
And it was just like the difference in percentage was really like astounding to me.
Yeah, that is astounding to me too. That's why I don't believe it.
Right on.
Yeah, and the reason why I don't believe it is because I've met plenty of people who use an Apple phone who are very tech savvy people. You know.
Yeah, it could just be the groupie. You know.
The main reason for me for like tech savvy people that have iPhones, the usual reason is because of like how it connects to everything. Like they can have their MacBook, their phone, and their watch all on the same page. Mm-hmm. And with Android, it's a little harder to do. That's usually the big reason for like real tech savvy people. And plus, like, just stuff like that mainly is like the compatibility.
That's kind of my problem with Apple is like, well, it's not my problem with Apple. It's my problem with some of the things that people have told me, like as a reason they enjoy Apple more, is because it's easier to use, so that makes it better. And I'm like, okay, those two do not coincide. You know, I was like, it kind of reminds me of like Open Offices versus Microsoft Word. Mm-hmm. Open Offices is very complicated compared to Microsoft Word, but you can do like so much more with it.
With what?
With Open Offices.
Really?
Yeah, there's so much more available to you than there is for Microsoft.
So there's more in Word. There's more in Open Office's Word thing that you can use in actual Word.
I don't know about Word specifically, but like say you open a presentation for Microsoft in Open Offices, the shit you can do to your presentation with Open Offices is like astounding compared to Google or Microsoft.
I mean, I use Google Docs for everything.
Yeah, I use Open Offices for everything because it's just you can go so intense.
Yeah, I like Google Docs just because I don't have to like have a jump drive. Like no matter where I am, I can look at my Google Docs if I have internet connection.
Yeah, well, for Open Offices, I mean, like all you have to do is email it to yourself.
Yeah,
that's how I've always done. Although, of course, using Open Offices, like in going to school and trying to pull it up, so there's a lot of compatibility issues because I used a lot of stuff that you couldn't do in Microsoft Word. So all of that shit that I did that you can't do in Microsoft Word wouldn't even appear.
Yeah.
So my presentation would be like a tenth of what it should be.
I want to say that I think after Apple does the car, next up is going to be pants.
Apple Pants?
Apple Pants, yeah.
Apple Pants.
Apple Pants.
I mean,
they might go glasses.
Nah, man. It's going to be pants.
It's going to be Apple Pants?
It's going to know when he has to use the bathroom and everything.
Don't tell me what to do, pants. I'll take a shit when I want. I'll tell you when I'm ready. You know? Would I have to tell it to unzip?
It should do it.
It should do it. How though? How would it know when I need to unzip my pants?
I don't know, man. It's Apple.
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
Yeah. I don't believe it.
I mean, I think they could probably combat Google Glass, whatever that's called.
Yeah, are those things like available to the
That
public?
didn't happen. It got shut down or something. They stopped.
Oh, they stopped?
That's what I was thinking.
I heard they stopped the development of those because people the people that did the beta testing or whatever just didn't get it, or they got it. I'm sure they got it because I'm sure they only sent it to smart people, but it just wasn't. That didn't do enough to have something on your face all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, to me, it sounds like something that's going to be given out on tour guides. Like, when you're going on, a tour of, the White House, or, a tour of a city or something.
Just be
yeah, and, all the information about the buildings comes up right in your glasses.
That's an actual really, really good use for that.
That's
I never considered.
probably what it's going to be. That's what I would do if I was marketing. Because, I don't think your average person wants to put on sunglasses and then, pop-ups appear. You know what I mean? And then be like, okay, this building was founded 27 years ago. Who gives a shit? I don't care. I'm just trying to buy a fucking nacho. You know what I mean? So I think tours and stuff like that.
Because what all could you do with it? I know you could take pictures and do really stuff that you can already do with your phone, just on your face.
Yeah, I never really, because it was kind of short lived. I never really I never really delved into it because I like to wait until something's about to come out and then I can check out everything it does.
Yeah, I don't think I could think of any uses for the everyday person that are available right now with the current technology we have.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, it seems like something that'd be really good for tours, but I don't know what the average person would do with Google Glasses. Yeah, but speaking of cars and Tesla, I want to talk about their site that they're building outside of Reno, Nevada, I believe.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, they would build its factory outside of Reno, Nevada, right? This thing is going to produce more energy than it actually needs just off of renewables.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's insane. And it's talking about I believe it was 20% more than was necessary to run the entire factory. Yeah, using conservative estimates, the Gigafactory's trifecta of renewable energy sources could generate more than 2,900 MWHs of renewable electricity daily, which amounts to 20% more than it needs.
Is that megawatts or something?
I have no idea.
MWH?
Yeah, large M, large W, lowercase h. I don't know why I didn't say that.
Megawatts per hour?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Daily. And that's according to Tom Lombardo, a professor of engineering and technology at Rock Valley College in Rockford, Illinois. Yeah, and these are conservative estimates on production and worst-case estimates on consumption. So that's pretty cool. And I believe this is the company that's going to make, it's a battery factory. It's going to make the batteries that run in their electric cars.
Interesting.
Yeah, apparently let's see, as admirable as it is for Tesla's battery factory to run 100% on renewable energy, it's currently not a viable option for most companies, mainly because of the variability of renewable energy. Holy shit, it's going to be a 10 million square foot factory.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's going to be covered in solar panels and be plugged into a nearby wind turbine farm, and it's going to use geothermal electricity.
What does that mean? Heat from the earth?
Yes.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, geothermal. Yeah, a lot of. I think people. We don't do it in Florida because our water can't. I'm pretty sure is why we don't do it. But yeah, geothermal is pretty popular like out west and stuff. You literally conduct the heat from near the center of the earth. You have to dig pretty far down to do it and convert it to electricity. Yeah.
Speaking of digging into the earth, didn't they just pass this stupid fracking law in Florida?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope
Fracking is
the worst thing ever.
yeah. Although, like, I'm not surprised at how little politicians give a shit about the planet we live on
I know.
at this point. So,
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
Florida's like the worst place to do that too. Like all the caves and stuff we have right under the ground.
yeah, I mean, it's not like we didn't just have, like, a gigantic oil spill a few years ago that, like, nearly ruined our ecosystem.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Thankfully, nothing like that has ever happened, so yeah, go for it. Fucking assholes. Like, didn't we just have another oil spill?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, I was watching some news program, and they were talking about there was a beach in America that the oil, like, how it balls up in weird clumps in the ocean, how a bunch of those were washing up on the shore, and they weren't sure where it was coming from, but they suspected it was from the oil spill that happened just like a month ago.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, and I was just like, I didn't either. I was like, where the fuck was that? Like, apparently it wasn't as big as the BP oil spill. I think was that the largest, or was the Valdez one in the 80s bigger?
I don't know enough about that one to know, but I know it was pretty damn big.
Yeah, and the Valdez one, they were pulling that. I mean, they're still finding oil from it. 25, almost 30 years later.
Where was that at?
Off the coast of Alaska.
Wow.
And that wasn't a busted pipe or anything. That was like a tank, a ship that had tanks of oil on it, like crashed or wrecked or something. And then like all the oil like spilled out. So I believe that's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Yeah, it was off the coast of Alaska, I believe. Oh no! When you type in Valdez, Alaska, a travel site comes up.
So, what are you streaming right now, Daniel? Besides Dark Souls, not streaming, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, recording.
Yeah.
Well, it's mostly been Dark Souls. I've been thinking about starting up a Temple of Elemental Evil Let's Play, and the thing is, I have the Circle of 8 mod pack to go with it, and I've never played any of the additional content.
Yeah.
So it'll all be new to me. I'm also thinking that I'll name some of the characters after, like, subscribers and stuff. So, yeah, subscribers, if you want your name to be in this Let's Play, leave us a comment, and let me know. There's 5 slots.
Actually, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to reel them in, bro.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, I want people to be able to feel included whenever they can, you know? So.
Yeah, I mean, and who doesn't want to feel included and stuff?
Yeah.
Other than myself.
Right.
Don't include me in shit.
Right.
I hate it.
Dylan, you could also do the same thing for your XCOM playthrough.
Yeah, and I'll probably have a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, people on my XCOM because I die all the time. like, well, Joe just died. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah. See, that's what's good about XCOM, though, is because, like, that means that you can cycle through so many more subscribers, and also, it means that it's really exciting whenever one, like, almost dies or anything like that.
Yeah, because Joe's gonna be like, no!
Yeah. Yeah.
I might do, I'm all about doing games that I've never played before, because I can see the entertainment value in that.
Yeah.
But I also will take any reason I have to replay Final Fantasy IV again.
Yeah.
And if you can find me a DS emulator, or if you already have one that you would like to recommend, I would love to play the newest one again, because that was really fun.
I do not have a DS emulator. So...
I might have one.
I thought you did.
Wait, I might have one. I don't know.
Yeah, didn't you get Final Fantasy 3?
Maybe. Let me look.
or whichever one was not released in the United States.
I mean,
While you're looking for that, I was going to clarify some stuff for the Exxon Valdez oil spill.
okay.
I don't know how we got off of that.
It was an oil tanker bound for Long Beach, California, and it struck Prince William Sound's Bly Reef off the coast of Alaska, and it spilled 11 million gallons
Of oil?
of oil into the ocean,
Wow.
which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And let's see, the BP oil spill, or Deepwater Horizon oil spill, which I believe is the name of the factory.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
I got some sound files that I need to convert over, so remind me to talk to you about that when I can stop podcasting.
Okay. All right. By the way, the DS simulator I use is Desmune.
Okay.
I'll give you a link to a download for it.
That is the one that I have. I just remember that I have one.
Okay.
I got it.
What? Okay.
So, alright, so the Valdez Exxon one was 11 million gallons.
Mhm.
The BP oil spill was 210 million gallons.
So, the winner is
Yeah, it is the largest
Fly Landslide.
in the history of the petroleum industry.
Wow.
The previous largest was not even the Valdez one, it was the Ixtoc 1 oil spill. But, yeah, it was a busted pipeline that flowed for 87 days.
Wow.
Yeah, until it was capped. So almost 3 months of continuous oil just flowing into the ocean. Some fucked up shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, 210 million, that's just insane.
Yeah.
Daniel, is Emulator Paradise a good place to get emulators?
Yeah. Emu Paradise. Yeah.
Okay.
One of the best.
That's generally where I go.
Alright, so what else we got?
I was going to talk a little bit about Google's Project Fi, or Fi. I don't know what it is.
Tell me about it. I've never heard of this.
Google is becoming a wireless network provider, wireless cell phone provider.
Oh, you were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, I was talking about it earlier. Yeah, it's very cool. I think it's going to be awesome. Like, the plan is very cheap. Like, it's $20 a month for unlimited talk and text and international texting. And you can also pay $10 per gig of data you would like to use. And just like a normal wireless cell phone person, if you're on Wi-Fi, your data is not being used. Also, whatever data you don't use at the end of the month, they credit you actual money back and put it towards your next payment. And it's completely prepaid. You only pay for the months that you use. If you don't feel like using it, you don't have to cancel or anything. You just don't pay. And you don't use it for that month. Also, when they credit back to your next bill, it doesn't affect your data plan at all. You'll still get however many gigs you started with.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool service. They're trying to work with a bunch of different companies right now. But as of right now, you can only use it on Google's phone, the Nexus 6.
Right.
But they're trying to branch out to other companies. They want to have more variety of phones by the end of the year.
Well, that's good. Let's hope.
Yeah. What's up?
Let's hope so, because that's the only way this will actually succeed.
Yeah, although what's really cool is you can buy a Nexus 6 through the plan.
Yeah.
And you can pay it off by just adding to your bill.
Right.
So if you don't have a Nexus 6 and you do want to get in on this, like myself personally, you can just add $30 a month to your bill. They send you out the phone and you enjoy and use the phone, and you just pay $30 a month for it.
Right.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, and you don't have any interest or any fees or anything like that. And if you cancel your service or whatever, you just send them back the phone, and you don't have to pay off the rest of the phone or anything like that. You just send it back to them.
Do you know what towers it's going to use? Is it anything like that? who they're pairing with for towers is kind of important. Like in rural areas like this, like if it's going to ping off AT&T towers or Sprint towers, that's a lot worse.
I can go in to do this.
I'm a little concerned with that plan. Just thinking about one thing, about the whole renting to buy, you know, the Nexus 6. I mean, it's in Google's best interest for people to sign up for this thing, almost pay off the phone, and then cancel it, so that they get their phone back, right? Like,
well, yeah, but it's Google.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I don't know. I was just thinking about that, and I was like, huh. You know, like, it seems like that would be a large incentive for Google.
I mean, but isn't that in Rent-A-Center's best interest too?
Do what?
Isn't that in Rent-A-Center's best interest too, and in car dealerships' best interest?
No, because they send out large men and recover their property. It's called repossession. If that's what we're still talking about, I have no idea.
I mean, I think I would trust Google over, a lot of companies. I don't know if I should, but I do.
I don't.
Yeah, I've never had a problem.
I don't have any problems with Google. Don't get me wrong. It just happened to be a thought that I had.
So currently, the cellular network partners are T-Mobile and Sprint.
Okay.
Which are two of the largest ones in America. So.
I mean, I think if Google was going to try and, start fucking people over, they would have done it way before now.
No, they're actually, what they're doing something with internet as well right now. They're bringing Google Fiber out.
Yes.
So they're going to have high-speed internet. And what they're buying up a lot of places so they can go ahead and just use existing fiber optics that are out in the ground and stuff and just piggyback on them.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to lay their own because it's probably cheaper. But a lot of places, in more populated areas, existing internet providers are changing people's plans and policies and giving them way more speed and everything for no increase in money whatsoever. The internet providers are getting really freaked out by Google Fiber. Because Google Fiber is really cheap and it's really fast internet.
Right.
And, I mean, they will certainly get my money if they come to where I can access it.
Yeah.
I will absolutely pay for Google Fiber. But yeah, so Google making a lot of moves right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Dropping their own internet, dropping their own wireless cell phone shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it. I think they're good moves.
Yeah, it's definitely good for the company, and it's probably good for the consumer.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a plan that already works for you, that you are comfortable with, awesome. I personally do not.
Right.
I much prefer Project FI over this. And also, it's still kind of like a beta thing going on. You have to request an invite, which you can do by just Googling Project FI, and it'll take you to where you can request an invite. They send out a few every week, I think. I still haven't received one.
Right.
And emailed me telling me that I haven't received one.
That's too bad. Hopefully.
Yeah, I got really excited because I got an email from Google and it was titled Project FI, and I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, sorry, you didn't get an invite.
Wow. Maybe, do you think you have to reapply?
No, it's just like I said, they give out so many a week and they give out so many a month.
Yeah.
And they're just we'll be sending out more next month, so just,
Right.
keep waiting.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, I found out about it a few weeks into it.
Yeah.
So it's I knew there'd be quite a few people ahead of me, I'm sure.
Right.
But still hopeful. And I am definitely going to buy the phone as well, because the Nexus products in general have always been really awesome.
I've never used them.
Yeah, the Nexus tablet is my favorite tablet I've ever used. It is such a good piece of equipment. It is a great piece of equipment.
Every thing. I've never, ever been disappointed with anything Google's ever done. Like their operating system, their phones, their tablets.
Yeah.
Their their word processor, all that.
Yeah. Their search engine.
Their search engine.
I have had some issues with their spreadsheet thing for Google Docs.
Yeah, I actually haven't had to use that yet.
I mean, it just feels so limited. I don't know.
Can you not do the different equations and stuff?
You can do that, but I mean for more advanced things like statistical analysis stuff. And yeah, it's limited. Yeah, I was just trying to do a regression line what if analysis, and man, it was so frustrating. I just closed it and went to Microsoft. That's how bad it was. So yeah. But other than that, I'm very happy with Google as a whole.
Yeah, I got no problem actually paying Google for something now.
Right?
Because I never have before.
So what have you guys been playing this week?
Well,
Dark Souls.
Yeah, a lot of Dark Souls.
So, which is something me and Daniel should talk about, really.
Yeah, I've mentioned in the latest Dark Souls episode our bingo plans.
Oh my god, yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, well, it
I
wasn't.
know, in the past in the podcast, we said that we were trying to not talk about Dark Souls the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, we've got it pretty far.
This
podcast not talking about it.
This has to be talked about. It absolutely has to. Okay. So the bingo that me and Daniel do, which is we did not come up with it anyway. It's been around for a while. Daniel goes to this website. I'll tell you exactly how it functions.
Okay.
Alright, so Daniel goes to a website. Me and him are on the phone with each other. We're not on Skype or anything. We're just cell phone, speakerphone, that kind of thing. And Daniel goes to a website and he pulls up these 2 cards that have 25 different objectives on them.
And you have to make a line of 5.
Just like bingo.
Yeah. You start.
And it is so much fun.
Yeah, so you start from the beginning of the game, you both make new characters, and whoever can complete a line of 5 first wins. And these objectives are things like obtain 2 hero's souls of a hero, or get the
Kill
wheel.
a certain boss.
Yeah.
Kill a certain NPC even.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And it adds such a, it's just a new mechanic to Dark Souls almost.
Yeah.
We can do. It's just good content. It's really fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's essentially, we're racing each other to do these things, kind of.
Yeah.
And so, because of that, the entire time we're playing, it's very exciting. For us, at the very least. And I'm sure it'll be...
It's, it's not quite speedrun, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, if you are good at speedrunning, you'll be better at this.
Yeah, I'm not good at speedrunning.
I'm not good at speedrunning Dark Souls.
So...
Yeah.
It's it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's been super one-sided.
No, I mean I think you've won 2 or 3 times. I've won 2.
I think I won the very first one we did.
I know you won that one. I know you won one recently as well.
Yeah. So the very first one I won, I felt a little bad because my card was so easy. It was probably the quickest we'd ever completed bingo.
Yeah.
Because usually it takes hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
This one took about 45 minutes. Because just starting the game, I had 3 of my objectives.
Yeah.
And then another
Were they
one.
in a row?
No, they do have to be in a row, but you don't have to do that row in any specific.
But was the 3 objectives you had in a row or something?
Oh yeah. The same. My row of 5 that I chose it because 3 of them all I had to do was start the game. Pretty much. It was start a certain class, and I believe it was use a certain type of weapon, or might have been starting with weapons.
Right.
Or it was don't use a certain type of weapon.
Yeah, probably that.
Probably that. And I had to kill the stray demon. And it was start thief class. Don't use polearms?
Right.
Maybe, or never use axes? I don't know, something like that. And it was kill the stray demon. That's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was done.
So I had a good idea for the channel while RJ was telling me about this.
Okay.
Alright, we do the bingo card thing, right? It's you versus RJ still. It's still you two competing, right?
Okay.
But it's me and another noob that's playing.
Yeah,
And
so we
you
have
guys are like coaching us
we have
through
to
it
coach a noob through Dark Souls.
and win the bingo.
That would be so hard for you guys.
But how much fun would it be?
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Like coaching two people who have never played Dark Souls before through a bingo.
Yeah.
Like it'll ruin the experience of Dark Souls.
Yeah, for
I mean,
them.
me and this other person should play it.
Yeah, you should beat it once on your own.
Yeah, and then
let's
because
do
we'll
it.
still be nowhere near as
Yeah.
capable as you are.
But you'll at least have experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Dylan, man, you gotta record yourself playing some Dark Souls.
I'm working on it. I really am.
Yeah.
I should.
I want to
do
see
that
that
for
live
my
play
hat.
so bad.
Now you don't understand how much me and Daniel want to see this.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, you want to buy Dark Souls right now, you can use my card. I will buy you Dark Souls right now.
I mean, I'm down for that.
I'll pay for half of it. I will give RJ $10.
I'll go buy Control tomorrow.
All right.
Awesome. Sounds good. I will easily pay $10 to see a noob play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I have no trouble with that.
You guys can figure out how you're gonna split it, right? Like we can do this tonight. Like I can start the download tonight, RJ.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, like if you want, just the next time I'm in town on like the 7th, I'll give you money.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna use it to buy beer.
Okay. Maybe I'll just give you beer then.
Okay.
I could have went to the store and got some beer before I started doing this.
Yeah. It would have been nice. That's definitely in the future of this podcast. There will be an episode where all three of us are at least drinking.
Yeah.
Have you guys found anything, like any new drinks recently? Any sort of new, something you haven't tried before?
No, I've been sticking to pretty basic stuff.
Yeah, Dan, you've been drinking the like Bush Copper Lager?
Yeah.
I think it's good. Yeah. I've been sticking to just like Michelob Amber Bock.
Last night I found out that they sell Stella Artois in cans.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've been drinking a lot of Captain Morgan's.
Nice.
Oh, and that free Tito's that I got. God, vodka's so disgusting.
Yeah.
I like certain vodkas used certain ways.
Tito's is supposed to be like really good vodka.
Yeah, there's only one really good vodka.
Yeah, that's Grey Goose.
That's absolute.
I thought Grey Goose was supposed to be pretty good.
Absolute okay. But absolute is, I mean, the best
Premium.
vodka to me. Yeah, it's so good. Absolute vodka martini, dude. Just one of the best drinks in my life. Or mix a little like grapefruit juice, man. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I just don't like vodka. It's just not my thing.
Yeah. Daniel will drink himself to a headache on vodka.
Very fast. As soon as it touches my lips, man.
Yeah.
Basically have a headache already.
Which is so weird.
I fucking hate vodka.
Isn't that what I had that hunch punch on my birthday?
Was it vodka?
It was taco.
That's, oh my
It was
god, that's
taco
right.
vodka.
It was taco.
Oh.
Daniel had like one cup of it and threw up 6 hours later.
I tried it, and you were like, you can't even taste the taco, and I was like, bullshit. Although it's kind of like when people make something that has relish in it,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be like, oh, you can't even taste the relish. Bullshit. My tongue searches for that flavor. Because I hate it so much, my tongue is like, I refuse anything to do with this. And that's how I feel about taco. Like, oh.
I mean, I kind of feel like Taka is better than that $3 bottle of vodka that I bought that was like red.
I enjoyed it more than taco.
Not me, man. That shit is terrible.
I could actually drink that red stuff.
I could drink either one of those. I can make myself do it.
I refuse to drink taco. It's rubbing alcohol. That's all it is. But taco smells like you open a bottle of rubbing alcohol.
That's what I was told to buy.
Who told you that?
Guess.
Jesse. Christian Carter told you to buy that shit.
Yes.
Oh man, I'd punch him in the face. You don't make punch with anything other than 151 Everclear.
So that was also in there.
Yeah, that's all.
The guy at the liquor store tried to get me to buy 151 Bacardi, but that was expensive.
Yeah, the Bacardi's not bad. It's like you don't have to kill it as much because it doesn't have that Everclear flavor, you know. But I prefer the Everclear. That's how I've always done Crunch Punch. Everclear, the red Hawaiian Punch, and then fresh chopped up fruit. Yeah. One time the Finance made it with rum, the 151 Bacardi, 151 Everclear, and they had fruit in there, but it was cantaloupe was in there too. And it looked just like a chunk of pineapple, and I popped it in and almost threw up.
You don't like cantaloupe?
I fucking hate it. Oh my god. It is the weirdest tasting melon.
I like cantaloupe.
I like cantaloupe.
Yeah, because you guys are fucking weird. Like, you guys also like tomatoes, so.
Dude, I can eat a tomato like an apple.
So can Daniel.
I have.
Just a little pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Daniel, have you ever seen somebody peel a tomato?
No.
One time when I was with Destiny, I was at her house, and I walked into the kitchen, and her mom was peeling a tomato with a knife. And I just stood there watching her like, what the fuck is this lady doing?
I learned recently that certain tomatoes you have to.
Not these tomatoes. This is a normal tomato.
Well, no, like, the only difference is this, like, they won't pick them at a certain time, and the skin will be too thick, so they won't boil right.
She just put it on salad or something.
I have definitely heard of somebody peeling a tomato, though.
Yeah, usually the way people peel it, though, is by
flash steam.
Yeah, flash steam and then icing it, and then it just comes right off.
Right.
Some of them you actually have to because it's so thick.
Yeah.
That you actually have to do it.
Or for some like gourmet things, they do it just because it's.
Yeah, but I know some tomatoes you actually have to because the skin just thickens really weird. Speaking of skinning stuff, have you guys seen the video of a little tiny robot perform surgery on a grape?
No.
It's amazing.
Would you let it perform surgery on you?
5 or 10 years from now, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, they already they don't have like purely like robotic things doing surgery with no human control. Like right now, a human can control.
When I had my gallbladder removed, there was something robotic involved.
Right, yeah, it's probably the dude like using the control, but the robot was like over here, you just had like a control thing. Mm-hmm. There's this little tiny robot, and it takes a section of skin off of the grape, and then puts it back on there and sews it up. Just skin? Just the outer skin. Yeah, it was very impressive. Holy shit. But it looks like open heart surgery almost. Like, it's very strange.
How small is this thing?
I mean, it's small enough to do surgery on.
Is it smaller than the grape?
Nah, well, I don't know. You really can only see, like, the little arms.
Oh, okay. And it's doing it completely autonomously.
Yeah, completely autonomous, yeah. They just enter the program, and it scans the little grape, and then it's like, it chooses a little section, and it just cuts that little section out, and it sews it back up. It's a really cool video. I thought it was pretty awesome.
When are we going to get, like, keyboards, like projected keyboards? Is that a thing yet?
I have no idea.
Someone said, like, what, the iPhone 6 is supposed to have
the
that?
5 was supposed to have it, and the 6 was
yeah.
supposed to have it. And the 7, I'm sure, is supposed to have it.
I mean, I'm sure it's close, because, like, I know at Microsoft, they have a holographic ball that you can, like, pick up with a cup, and then dump it out, and the ball will fall. It sounds like there's a hologram you can actually interact with. So probably not too far off. And I mean, they have laptops that's like, or computers that the screen is like completely flat and stuff. Like it's not an actual button. You just touch the screen itself. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I imagine we're not too far off.
I think that'd be really cool.
I
won't buy it.
There's this history program we used to watch, and this dude had this glove on, and from the glove, like he held his hand out, like palm up, and there were these like little like wires looking things or like antenna looking things coming off the globe, and it would make this image. And it was like a globe, and he would use his other hand, and he could like rotate the globe and like zoom in on a certain part, and like almost like how like if you've seen the Iron Man films, how Tony Stark.
Are you sure this wasn't CGI?
Possibly, but like why would he have the glove on? You know, that was my thing. He could just do it, but he actually had the glove on, and whenever he would do this, the globe would be above it, like so he could rotate the globe and like zoom in and stuff like that. And it was kind of cool. It was pretty cool, but it was just a globe. You know, I don't know because there was a bunch of times where he tried to do it and it didn't work. Like it was faulty equipment. Like I don't know how faulty CGI is. So, yeah, that's what I was like. But it was really cool. So I saw that like a year ago. So I don't know how close we are to a projected keyboard, but. I know the people at Microsoft are constantly just like, we want to recreate the bridge from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like their big goal, is to just make everything that works on the bridge of Star Trek work in real life.
Right on.
Yeah.
Star Trek accurately predicted a lot of technology.
Yes. Gene Roddenberry, they call him one of the prophets of science fiction. Because he talks about a lot of shit and showed a lot of shit that is coming, like it's being realized now.
Yeah.
But I think it's like the reason we're realizing it now is because we saw it in Star Trek and we're in love with it and obsessed with it. So we're like, how do we make that a reality?
Yeah.
You know. But it's still really cool. Like Isaac Asimov was another one of the people they call the prophets of science fiction. He was very into black holes and stuff. Actually, I have one of his books, The Collapsing Universe. And it's this dude was like in the 60s and 70s talking about black holes that we've never really seen before. And he's talking about like how they work and everything. And we had no idea. We've never had data from a black hole or anything. And it's like now we're starting to realize how much of what he's talked about was correct because we have the tools stuff to actually check on black holes. It's really cool. Yeah, his book is really good. I highly recommend it to someone. If anyone out there is nerdy enough and just, I don't know, really likes learning about science and like physics, astrophysics.
Right.
I highly recommend that book.
I've tried to read A Brief History of Time before, and it was just way over my head.
Yeah, that's how I feel with Asimov. Like reading it, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking. But it was still a good read. It's still cool. It's like when I read Carl Sagan's book, sometimes I'm just like, what?
Right.
And then other times I'm just like crying because it's so good. Like the first few chapters of that book changed my whole opinion on like a certain topic.
What topic?
Like
I don't know anything about this book. So.
Okay, well. I don't know. Topic might not be the right way. It's more like he changed how I viewed people who did not enjoy or like learn about science.
Do you have this book?
Yes.
It's something about it.
Okay. But yeah, he talks about like it's usually not the person's fault.
Yeah.
They don't have a knowledge of science and stuff because it's just not something we focus on.
Right.
As a society.
Well, yeah, because science is on standardized tests.
True.
Alright, what else we got, guys?
Well, I don't know.
Just go ahead and at least mention it, Daniel.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I recently, within the past month, took a trip to San Francisco, with my brother. And we were there for 9 days. And we did a lot of shit. Like, all sorts of shit. I do not ride bicycles. It's not a thing I do. Because in Gainesville, where I live, I can just take a bus and it's free because I'm a student, So, I just use that to travel around wherever I need to be. But we biked across the Golden Gate Bridge. And it was like 11 miles that we biked. And San Francisco is really hilly. Like, we're based in Florida, there's no hills. There's no such thing as a hill. But I died. I died that day. Like,
Best possible way.
Did you guys go to Chinatown?
what's up?
Did you go to Chinatown?
Yeah, we actually had a hotel right outside of, like, we'd walk out of our hotel and look to our left and there was Chinatown.
Oh, cool. I really like Chinatown.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Did you go to Haight-Ashbury?
Which one was that again? Was that
That's
the really rich place?
Hippie Town.
What's up?
It's like Hippie Town.
Oh, no.
It's got like a bunch of smoke shops. It's where like the whole like
So, like marijuana scene.
yeah, marijuana scene, like the Deadhead, like that's like Deadhead Central.
Right, no, we actually didn't go there.
It was pretty cool.
Right on.
Did you
Yeah.
go to In-N-Out Burger?
No.
Oh, I
What?
fucking asked him today to do it.
Yeah, we
I
went.
asked him to do it, and they forgot what I said and went to a different burger place.
Yeah. We went to.
In-N-Out Burger's everywhere.
Well, we forgot what it was called, so.
Didn't you end up going to A&W?
No.
Oh, which one did you go to?
The Super Burger or something like that.
Right.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. I can't remember what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Did you go to Jack in the Box?
No. I mean,
Jack in the Box is great because it's like the only place where you can get a hamburger and a taco in the same combo meal.
yeah.
Can I put the taco on
If
my
you
hand?
want to.
Okay, because I will.
Yeah.
If given the option,
Like one of those things was like a hamburger, 2 tacos, and a drink, and I was like, sweet, I'm in.
right? How's the taco?
It's good. It was a good taco.
Um,
How's the burger? That's the
It
important
was even
part.
better.
Okay.
Not as good as In-N-Out Burger though.
Just shut up.
Yeah,
I've never been to the West Coast, man. Like, I mean, I went to New Mexico.
That's not far enough for In-N-Out Burger.
No, but I was like, it's not super far from California. I should have just went like, all right, guys.
yeah.
This funeral was fun and all, but
I do wish I would have went to the In-N-Out Burger, but oh well. I'll have another chance eventually.
Did you guys go to that like steep ass street?
Yeah, Lombard Street.
Yeah, Lombard Street. That's it.
Or it's not super steep. It's that it's the curviest street in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty steep though.
Well, yeah, it is. It is pretty steep, but I mean, so is all of San Francisco.
yeah.
But yeah,
Like, what's
man.
that street that's like super iconic in all the movies? That's like constant like elevation changes of the street.
That's Lombard Street, I think.
No, it's completely straight. It's the one that the trolley goes down, but it's like it'll slope downhill and then it'll be flat. Then it'll slope downhill. Then
I
it'll
think
be flat.
that's directly below Lombard Street.
Okay. I was like, it's
Or all of San Francisco.
the
does
street
that.
in San Francisco that's like super famous. Like Full House was like on that street or something like that.
I don't know.
It's like the super famous
I'm
place.
sure it's close to that area. It's very neighborhoody.
That's the street you guys should have rode the bike down.
Oh well.
Didn't you say you went to Alcatraz?
Yeah, I went to Alcatraz.
How was that?
It was pretty cool. Yeah, man, there was some great views out there for sure.
You went to Alcatraz?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Did
Yeah.
you take a ferry out to the prison?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't go to Alcatraz, but we went to the place that's like the nearest point that people were always trying to swim to, and it was really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And there were like rocks. It's like really cold water.
Is it 40-something miles?
No, it's not near that far.
Oh.
You can see it from the shore really good.
Oh, okay.
It's miles, but
Right. Yeah, there's also one more thing that I want to talk about San Francisco that I did. So I remember in the first episode of the podcast, I was mentioning that I'm not normally a fan of punk music, but
Uh-huh.
I went to a concert of a pretty punky band called Manic Street Preachers, and it was fucking awesome. They were like, I was so dead after that concert, man, exhausted. But it was a really great concert.
They're a pretty cool band.
Sorry, go ahead.
They're a pretty cool band.
Yeah, they're really huge in like Europe, but they're very not very well known at all in the States.
Right.
So we had like, I don't know, they were playing for something like 200 people, maybe less, in this like little club that we were at. It's actually a very famous club. It's like Bimbo's something cafe. I don't know. It's pretty famous, but Yeah, we got to saw those guys who in Europe probably play for like huge crowds, and there it was just like something over 100 people probably. Yeah, it was a really cool experience. And that's about all I got. I mean, I've got a lot more to talk about San Francisco, but I don't want to take up this whole podcast talking about my vacation thing. You know what I'm saying?
See, there's Alcatraz from the shore.
Okay.
It's not that far.
No.
It's like, I think it's 2 miles.
That's got it.
No, it's not.
Dude, yeah. A woman almost swam from Cuba to fucking Florida. It's got to be more than 2 miles for no one to have ever done it.
I mean, you gotta understand that the water, is like, it's pretty choppy. There's rocks. It's cold. It's so cold, dude.
Going from prison for the rest of your life to freedom? You're making that 2 miles. I don't give a fuck what's happening.
Okay,
They could
man.
be shark infested and they have lasers that come out of their dicks, and I'm still making it.
Yeah. So,
I forgot, if it's less than 10 miles, people don't try hard enough. Nobody wants freedom bad enough, apparently.
yeah, inside Alcatraz was really cool. You got to learn a lot about the history. It was pretty cool.
Do they, like, take you to, like, a certain cell and be like, this super famous person was imprisoned right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you saw, like, Al Capone, probably?
Yeah. They have like this whole, they give you like a headset, and you like play a tape, and it tells you where to go throughout the prison, and it explains stuff the whole
See,
time.
it would have just been easier if you all had Google glasses.
Yeah, but the narration was really cool.
Okay, was it Morgan Freeman?
No, it was a bunch of different people, really.
Was one of them Gilbert Gottfried?
No, unfortunately not.
That dude could tell me anything.
I would have also liked if it was Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
I just love his voice so much. Like, I don't know.
I wonder how he speaks when he speaks normally.
Yeah, me too.
Or if that's just it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Picking up groceries.
Yeah.
You know?
On paper, swimming from Alcatraz isn't that daunting. The distance amounts to about 1.5 miles.
Yeah, see, people don't want freedom enough. That's all it is. You're talking about people have been shipwrecked in the middle, like 15, 20 miles from land. And we're talking about massive swells. We're talking sharks, jellyfish, all that kind of shit, and they still make it. But you can't make it 1.5 miles. People don't want it bad enough. That's all it
It's
is.
cold. There's current. The current.
Yeah, we're talking about going through a thing of jellyfish to get to land.
We'll put you out there, RJ. How about that?
I can't swim, so I want patience. I am a terrible test subject for this. I am like the bad control.
Yeah.
But Daniel out there, he'll make it. He used to swim for trophies.
Did you? Is that true?
Yeah, I used to be on the swim team.
I did not know that there was a swim team anywhere around here.
I'm the only person who knows that about
No, you're not.
I never made many trophies. What's up?
I'm being lied to.
Yeah. I never got really very many trophies, but I swam. Damn it.
that. 4 trophies.
Did I?
I mean, yeah, that's the whole reason you were doing it.
Oh, I thought you meant I got 4 trophies.
Hey, you're doing it for trophies.
But yeah,
No.
yeah, I was doing it.
I think you got 2 trophies.
Shut up, RJ.
No, I'm pretty sure he has 2 trophies. Like, I'm pretty sure he's showing them to.
I know I've had at least one. So there's that.
Dude, you don't understand. His mom will just randomly pick a certain time out of Daniel's life and explain everything that happened.
It does happen. It's
Zach,
I
let me
believe it.
let me tell you this, man. We were going to a Megadeth concert, right? And we got up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I set my phone on my alarm, but his house is close enough to the thing where it changes time. So we woke up like 5 in the morning, right? So we get coffee, we're chilling, we're about to leave or whatever. His mom decides to tell me the story of him and his brother's birth.
yeah.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
At this time it's probably 6.
Okay.
We're about to head to Orlando for a concert. And I was just sitting on the couch listening, and I was just like, this is the weirdest way I have ever started a morning.
Yeah.
It was so fucking crazy, dude.
And it was so out of the blue.
Yeah, I mean, it was like no context for it. We were all silent, just drinking coffee, talking about the trip. And she just starts telling me the story of their birth. And there really wasn't much of a story. Like, his mother was very tiny. She obviously had to have a C-section. And that was pretty much the whole story.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. She had 2 C-sections. And that was the story pretty much. But I was still just like, this is insane. Like, it's like, I wasn't super surprised because I've known Daniel's mother for,
Ever?
Yeah, 15 years probably.
Missy never surprised me. I mean, like, she comes out of the blue with stuff. That's how she is.
Yeah.
What did surprise me is one time his parents came to the lake where we were having a cookout, and my dad just picks up his mom and starts like tossing her in the air, and he's like, I can see why he likes you so much, and it puts him down. And I was just like, what the fuck just happened?
Your dad's weird.
My dad is a character.
He is, yeah.
That is true.
How long have we been going for, Daniel?
An hour and 20 minutes, roughly.
Time to wrap it up?
Yeah, we could wrap it up. I'm cool with that.
Sounds about right. I feel like we've covered a lot of cool stuff today.
Yeah. So, before we go, I wanted to mention that my brother has started streaming on Twitch. So, he streams pretty regularly as well. So, I'm going to leave a link in the description. If you guys want to check him out, follow him,
Send me a link.
Alright, yeah, I will. Right now.
Is he on right now?
No, I don't think he is.
Okay.
But, yeah.
He stream.
What's up?
What does he like to stream?
Well, he was streaming Invisible Ink. Which, if anyone is XCOM fans, you'll love that game. There's also... He did a little bit of Darkest Dungeon, a little bit of Hearthstone, and he's done some other stuff. He does a large variety of stuff.
I want to get back into Hearthstone.
Yeah?
What was the XCOM game called?
Invisible Ink.
Is it on Steam?
Yeah, I'm sure it is, yeah. But yeah, so check out my brother. He's cool. And that's about all I got to say. So, thanks for watching or listening, everyone. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Once again, if you have any ideas for challenge runs, leave them in the comments. I'm still looking for a good idea. So if anyone wants to see me do something really hard in Dark Souls, just leave it in the comment.
Keep an eye out for mine and Daniel's bingo runs.
Yeah.
That should be up in the future.
Yeah. Also, if you guys want to be named after, or one of my characters to be named after you in Temple, leave me a comment and let me know, and I'll name one of the characters after you. Most likely.
Remember, guys, hot shot first.
Yeah. Alright, and I think that's all of the plugging I need to do. So, thanks again for watching, everyone.
Alright.
Next time.
Alright.